I'm revamping my Discord server, link in the description.
A little while ago, I asked my followers on Twitter, what is the most overrated Nintendo game? Could be from any era of Nintendo. And you know, it was a very insightful conversation because I learned so many things. Like how some people just shouldn't fucking speak! But yeah, today we're gonna discuss some of these comments and see what is truly, unequivocally, the most overrated Nintendo game. These are just Twitter takes, so don't take any of my reactions actually seriously. Anyway, let's get into it. Okay, hear me out. Super Mario Odyssey. Still a fantastic game, but it ain't peak. That's all I'm saying. I could have made any other voice for that conversation, but I did the Joker strictly because I think they sound f***ing crazy. But also, I kind of agree with them. Look, if we're comparing it to other Mario games specifically, I can totally understand where he's coming from, but as the most overrated Nintendo game, I have to heavily disagree. It's like going to a local restaurant that your friend recommended. It's like, no, dude, trust me, you gotta try this place out, it's peak! And then it's just a pile of trash on a plate. Okay, I know someone's gonna take that the wrong way. Let me try that again. Super Mario Odyssey is like eating a very delicious meal. Something that takes you back straight to your childhood. And it's just absolutely scrumptious upon taking that first bite. And then you have the same exquisite meal again. And again, and again, and again, until it's just not exquisite anymore. You're just eating garbage at that point. Okay, maybe not garbage specifically, but the more you eat that same exquisite meal, it becomes less special and just tastes more bland over time, if that makes any sense. And I feel like that describes Super Mario Odyssey pretty much perfectly. I mean, yeah, it was a real return to form for Mario, especially since he was going back to his roots for 64, but then you try and 100% the game like me, and it's just the same damn thing over and over, and it just kind of got worse, especially as the ages go on. Of course, that doesn't actually detract from the initial quality of Super Mario Odyssey. I think it's just the more you play it and the more it sits with you, at least in my case, it just kind of became more stale, where I preferred other games with meatier missions such as Mario Galaxy, Mario 3D World, or Mario 64 even. I can't believe I'm saying that. You know what? Never mind, I take that back. One last thing, this tweet f***ing ratioed mine, and I really don't know how to feel about that. All 3D Zelda games. Elaborate? I just found all of they pretty boring. Yes, even Bod W. Them. Oh, I'm so proud of you for coming out.
Also, what kind of take is that?
I apologize because I have no idea on who on God's green earth would agree with you, because that take is just, oh. You could also include my bias because Zelda is like my #2 Nintendo franchise of all time, so obviously I'm not going to agree with this take. Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom are some of the greatest video games ever made, and thinking they're overrated and boring is weird. You're weird, buddy! You're weird! Ignore the fact that I had to say it in probably like the weirdest white guy voice you've ever heard, but still, my point still stands. You're just weird, man. The only legitimate way I can see somebody actually making this argument is if they played the beginning of Twilight Princess and Skyward Sword at the same time and just didn't progress forward throughout the entire game. Like, yeah, I'm not gonna deny it, I love Skyward Sword and Twilight Princess, but these openings are ass! Everything is just so slow and boring. Twilight Princess was my very first Sonic game. Did I just say Sonic game? Oh, f***. Twilight Princess was my very first Zelda game, and I couldn't even get past the opening, but I was like 6 years old at that time. It literally made me hate Zelda for like 10 years straight. But then once I played it, got through the actual game, I freaking loved it. I can understand that the Zelda franchise is not somebody's cup of tea, but claiming that those games are boring, I literally cannot wrap my mind around that sentiment. Look, okay, I get it, you're a Sonic fan, you're used to fast-paced action all the time, but if you spent more than an hour playing the game, you might actually like it. Please refer to my statement at the beginning of the video. Hear me out. Super Mario— oh shit, we already did that one, my bad. My ass is looking real nice. Hope it doesn't get beaten in the QRTs. Not a single person retweeted this. Look, I'm gonna be completely honest with you, I haven't touched a single Paper Mario game. Except Origami King, that one was pretty fun. The only real things I know about the 1,000-Year Door is that it makes 25-year-old Paper Mario fans complain about younger Paper Mario fans, and that if you want to legally own the game, it's gonna be butt-ass expensive. Like, I have the game on Dolphin, I just don't have any interest in it. I just know a lot of people like to complain about this game, and something about the characters not being like they were, and the real RPG mechanics being stripped out in future titles. As far as I know, this is basically just a gateway RPG for people who aren't into RPGs and people who will never admit they like RPGs. Ew, you play RPGs? Gross! Proceeds to play Pokemon, Super Mario RPG, Paper Mario, Mario and Luigi Superstar Saga. Just every Pokemon game released in like the past 10 years. Yeah. Honestly, I don't think Pokemon games are overrated in the sense that I think people praise them. I think it's just too many people buy the fucking games and then proceed to complain about them on the internet. This game is so bad, how could I possibly play it? Oh boy, a new Pokemon game, take my $95 fucking! Look, I know kids are gonna buy Pokemon no matter what, but if you're a grown man in your late 20s with a beard and you don't like the game, don't fucking play it. Then again, my word on the matter means nothing because I bought Pokemon Violet twice just to make a video. Yeah, I'm making like an hour and 15-minute long video on Scarlet and Violet. So yeah, I don't think I can really talk on the situation. I feel like now would be the perfect time to tell you to like and subscribe to the channel if you want to see that. I mean, you're already 6 minutes into the video, you might as well. I'm just gonna group these two together. They're both talking about Breath of the Wild and I just can't agree. I know we talked about all the 3D Zeldas as a whole before, but this is my chance to go into Breath of the Wild on my own, and I think it's wrong! The first little goober thinks it's Breath of the Wild by a mile, simply because they think it's boring to play in the open world, and it really just isn't interesting. Not to mention they feel like they're plagued by some of the basic / mediocre mechanics, and I just... Okay, I fully calmed down and collected myself. And my answer is no. I don't think Breath of the Wild is overrated in the slightest. Sure, it was a very popular game, but I think it truly reinvented what an open world game could be. Sure, the game was a little easy, probably the easiest Zelda game of all time, but it was still one of the greatest gaming experiences we had at the time. And really the only way I could see somebody calling the open world boring is if they went straight to Hyrule Field and the direct middle of Hyrule Field and that's it. Like they just went nowhere else. They're like, yep, no, I'm good, this shit's boring, I'm out. Because if you go anywhere else in the game, you're going to find something. In every nook and cranny, in every corner of the world, you're gonna find something. Whether that be a shitty little Korok, a clothing item, a weapon, something. You're always gonna find something. No, of course, in comparison to Tears of the Kingdom, the game looks like a fucking tech demo. You know, to think that all of us thought that Tears of the Kingdom was just gonna be a $70 expansion. Oh my god, how wrong we were. Yeah, the second tweet basically just talks about how Tears of the Kingdom completely outdid Breath of the Wild in every aspect imaginable. And yeah, I agree, Tears of the Kingdom is one of the greatest video games of all time. Mr. Archer over here found it very boring within the beginning of Breath of the Wild, which I just... I made a whole video about why the beginning is literally perfect, man. You're trying to fucking kill me here. And today, I want to go over an aspect of the game that I always find myself coming back to. The Great Plateau. The only way I can be cheered up now is if you go in the description, click on the video, like it, share it, and subscribe to the channel. Look at what you made me resort to. Begging for subscribers. No, in all fairness, I guess I can really understand why somebody would find it boring, especially if they skipped through all the dialogue and didn't pay attention to what was going on throughout the entire game. The whole point of the game, especially in the beginning, is to get lost. It is to do other things. I mean, sure, you can do the main quest pretty much immediately, but the whole goal is for you to get distracted. There's going to be distractions everywhere for you. The Great Plateau literally serves as the world's biggest playground for you to run around on. There's always something specially crafted for you to try out some kind of mechanic. And to literally say that's boring, I just... Archer, you're my friend, but my god, shut the f*** up. Again, please refer to my statement at the beginning of the video. Hey, the Mario Kart 8. It's a great game, but I don't feel like it's that much special. It's much better than Mario Kart 7. Personally, I prefer the Wii, the DS, and Double Dash a lot more. I'm sorry to all those who had to hear that. It's 2:30 in the morning. Just let me have some fun with this. Honestly, I can see how some would think Mario Kart 8 is overrated, and honestly, I kind of agree. The reason I mostly agree with this is because we've had the game since 2014. There's literally almost 10 years of the same Mario Kart game without a brand new one to follow suit. I'm not counting Tour. Anyone who counts Tour as a legitimate Mario game can please sit down and take this L. Wii, Double Dash, and DS are very much a lot more competitively viable, I guess those would be the correct terms. I always see the modding scene of Wii going specifically crazy, and I see Double Dash getting popular because it's Double Dash. It's a game from the GameCube. It obviously has no flaws. DS, I don't know. I haven't played DS in like 10 years. I can't really say anything. I still, however, think Mario Kart 8 is just one of the best racers of all time. It's so solid. It controls so well. The fact that we have the Booster Course Pass makes me angry because we don't have Mario Kart 9 and the courses are kind of duty. But, I mean, overall, it's still a really good package, especially with the Booster Course Pass, basically expanding the courses by double. And that's pretty awesome. I can't really complain. It's $25 for a whole nother game, essentially. It's not that bad. You know, I still don't like it, but that doesn't mean it's bad. You know, I take that back. Wave 1 of the Booster Course Pass was just absolutely dreadful. But hey, at least they're asking 25 bucks for the Booster Course Pass and not 35 like a certain greedy Pokemon company I know. Anyway, yeah, those were the Twitter takes that stood out to me the most, but I got to know, what is your most overrated Nintendo game of all time? And let me know down in the comments below. And hey, leave a like and subscribe while you're at it. And I'll see you! Wait, it looks like I forgot a take. Hold on, let me check. Uh-oh. That's not an overrated Nintendo game.